Right, I'm now talking us through the second lesson on Act 1, Scene 5. And Viola and Olivia are still sparring. They're talking about her face. And Cesario is saying, it's beauty truly blent. You're looking very beautiful. You can't die. Lead this beauty in the grave and not have any children who look as beautiful as you. A classic sort of complaint, a classic persuasion line of in romantic literature, this. So being cruel, the cruelest she alive, that's one. You can't take these graces to the grave. Very, very common. And Olivia immediately knows how to deal with this. So this is developing the character of Olivia as independent and assured, and challenging gender norms that she should be desperate for a husband and unable to cope. So my proof of this, she appears to be going along with it. I won't be so hard-hearted. Of course I won't take my beauty to the grave. I'll give you out a schedule, which is a big list that you normally get when you're renting a flat, of my beauty. It'll be inventoried, that's another way of saying a list, and you get an inventory when you move into a flat. And she's atomizing herself really into items. 2 lips, indifferent means like samey, that sort of thing. Samey red. 2 grey eyes with lids. That's the sort of kitchen utensils list. You've got 2 saucepans with lids, 2 grey eyes with lids to them. So the extra detail. All this is satirizing love poetry. Item 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. And love poetry would very often, and I will get to one pretty quickly if you haven't seen it already, will very often go through, I love her hair, I love her cheeks, I love her lips, I love her voice, I love the way she walks. This atomizing, and she's doing it to herself here, and truly satirizing it, or Shakespeare satirizing the genre. Viola Cesario becomes a bit more real here. I see you what you are. You're too proud. I wish that the amount he loves you could be paid back, recompensed. Well, how does he love me? And Viola is straight into unapologetic romantic cliches. Fertile tears, groans, thunder love, sighs of fire. Very standard romantic vocabulary, which Olivia's already dismissed. And then we have Olivia's very straightforward speaking here. Your Lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. So I would call that very straightforward. When Olivia's speaking on stage, I can totally understand it. I don't know about you. Almost feel it's not Shakespearean. But don't write that. So your Lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. No romantic language, no cliche, no imagery or anything there. And then she says everything that's good about him. He's virtuous, noble, rich, his great estate. There's nothing stainless, he's done nothing wrong. He's learned, as in he's educated, he's brave, he's a gracious person bodily, but yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago. So absolutely nothing wrong with him. I just don't want him. This is, again, very, very strange behaviour, very much going against social norms. The rich count wants to marry you. You marry him if he's suitable and you're suitable. You might link it back to Sir Toby saying she'd have no one above her degree in estate, years or wit, if you remember that. She doesn't want to be ruled by Orsino. He after all wants to be her king from Act 1, Scene 1. So you can write about Act 1, Scene 1. You can write about what Toby says, and that's the rest of the play. And here, straightforwardly, no. So, if I loved you that much, I wouldn't be able to understand why you didn't love me. What's wrong with me? And Olivia says, well, go on, say your bit then. Make me a willow cabin at your gate and call upon my soul within the house. That's what I would do. So I would put myself down, really. I'd be in the willow cabin, in the garden shed, if you like, at the gate of your enormous mansion. So you're in the enormous mansion, and at the gate of it, I'll be in a little garden shed. I'll make myself much less than you. And then a lot of people like the poetry about the sound reverberating through the hills, and maybe it's a bit more original, and it certainly has impressed Olivia, who asks a very personal question. Are you suitable? Who are your parents? Viola says, I was born a lot higher status in society than I am now, but I'm still a gentleman. I'm not nobody. And we have this, clearly Olivia's fallen in love with someone that we know to be a woman. So this should be a beautiful falling in love scene, but we know it can never happen. You can take it that way. You can talk about homoeroticism, that she likes being in charge. She likes being the dominant one. She doesn't want to be dominated. She likes the feminine qualities of this woman that she's looking at. That's what's interesting her. And she offers her money. And Viola says, I'm not a servant that works for money. I'm sort of one of the household. I'm almost that, I'm a higher class than that. And she ends up going back to the stock comic, farewell, fair cruelty. It's a cliche. It's a standard line. And it means that negotiations are ongoing.